Welcome back to Mike's Mistakes. So part 2 is valves being seated properly in the cylinder head. So what I'm going to do is show you close up. You can see how bad the edge is, and then again on the head itself it's a little bit difficult to see because the light's not very good in here, but you can see it's very dull. Also you need special tools for this job, and basically this is what we're looking at. You need one of these, and depending on your toolkit, ideally the small one for this because they're small valves. So what we do is you basically suck this on there, okay, so that's on there, and basically this is paste, so you got fine and coarse. What you do is you smear it on this edge here, you put it in there, and then literally, well, you'll see, you basically grab hold of it and you do this up and down until you have a perfect edge. Okay, so I'm going to put it in fast mode, so you don't want to be seeing me spending hours lapping in these valves. So yeah, that's what's happening today. Okay, so 2 valves are done, 2 more to go. I'm not going to bore you with more video of doing that because it is an apprentice job, and this is where you start off in mechanics, things like this, which is a really boring, tedious job, and it's quite hard on the hands because with that stick you do end up with bruised hands. But once you actually become a mechanic, yeah, they don't bruise, but they do as a newbie. So yeah, what we're looking for is a nice, solid, clean line, which is what we have now, and that's an exhaust one. And the exhaust one are the ones that get the most punishment in the respects of blowing out hot gases. Inlet, they do get some punishment, of course, but less so. If you look at this one here, this one's a much cleaner line. And also you're checking the line inside the cylinder head here as well to make sure you're getting a perfect seal. And I will show you at the end what I do to check to see if we have a perfect seal. Okay, so the valves are back in, springs, and basically it's back together. So the way I did this, because you're supposed to use a special tool, I made this special little collar that basically goes on the top of there and it gets pushed down with a G-clamp. Dead simple. All you have to do is basically squeeze it and use a screwdriver with a little collet, a little bit of grease, put it in there, they're back on, unwind it, and it's done. So the next thing we're going to do here now is basically it's like a pressure test to make sure that basically the valves that have been ground in are now okay. So the test is that we use coolant. You pour it down, and if it seeps around the valves, you know that you haven't got a perfect seal. It's important to have a perfect seal because of compression. If you don't have compression, then the engine isn't going to run properly. So we'll quickly do that now. I will just do one side just to show you on camera. So you pour down on the exhaust side is what I'm doing, and the exhaust tends to be the worst side because that's the side that tends to get burnt. So I'm now going to just show you with the camera. So there's no leakage whatsoever. So yeah, did a perfect job. It's nice and sealed, and it means I'll have 100% compression. So yeah, quite happy with that. We're at the final part of the cylinder head. The next job is to basically put on the head gasket, put the cylinder head back on, and use the head bolts, which are these. And basically they have to be torqued down with a torque wrench, which I need to borrow off my mate Gwil Speedhorn. He's going to kindly lend me the tool to do it, because unfortunately half my tools are in Ibiza and half my tools are in Malaga. So this is one of the tools that I don't have with me. So this will go on there, nice and clean, and then the cylinder head will go on top, which I will show you in part 3. Okay.